There's a hot debate going on around individuals who wish to be gender neutral or referred to as gender neutral. And I got to thinking about what would prompt an individual to want to feel this way. And of course, there are individuals on both sides of the camp. On one side of the camp, the individuals will say, well, they just want to be different, they just want to be showy, they just want to, crave attention. On the other side, people are saying, this is an individual's right to feel that they do not need to be referred to as a he or a she and to use a gender-neutral pronoun. I've known a few parents who are going through this with their children right now. So it got me thinking a bit. And I explored this from a different perspective, and I want to share that perspective with you. And that perspective is this, that the idea of gender neutrality has been around since humans set foot on Earth. And I reflected upon this, and I realized that this is the case. As a matter of fact, we all know and accept, or most of us do, that God is gender neutral. We refer to God as He because we do not want to disrespect the universe and call God an it. And so we refer to as thee or he. And you'll notice that there are some that will refer to God as she. Just because they want to establish a more of a parity among the universe's spiritual forces. So I think about that and I say, well, God is the first gender-neutral concept we've ever come across. How about angels? When we look at angels, some of us refer to angels as a he and she, as in masculine and feminine, but really, angels are androgynous. They are gender-neutral. It's energy. So now the question becomes, what's happening to us as human beings right now when we have some parts of the population emerge and saying that I want to be gender neutral, I want to be considered gender neutral. And so how do we reconcile that? Well, the interesting part is that when a human being begins the awakening process allows us to take a look at everything that we know about life, everything that we have actually learned and created a belief system around. And we look at life through that lens. So when we think of God from a perspective of somebody who's more powerful and perhaps separated from us. There are others who are awakening to the fact that God is within us. And if you are awakening to the fact and you are actually embodying it, see, awakening to the fact that God is within us needs to be embodied. And there are individuals who say, I believe God is within us, but they haven't experienced the God within us. And those are two different things. You have to actually experience it. And you've experienced it is when you cannot put it into words. When you experience something mystical, you cannot put it into words. That is when you know that there's a greater, deeper knowing, and you've now embodied what has been conceptually established in your mind. And what that embodiment looks like is, if I am one with God and God is androgynous, God does not have a gender, I feel I do not have a gender because I am beginning to experience God in this way. And to us, we're not making judgment on people with gender want to be referred to as gender neutral. But what we want to do is bring a different perspective on this and say, is that something that we can live with when individuals begin to experience gender neutrality? Are they experiencing a little bit more richer, deeper understanding of their Creator? And I want to leave you with that particular thought today.